During the pandemic, my friend Hector from the Winding Crowns YouTube channel introduced me to the founder and president of Jack Mason, Mr. Peter Cho. I have to admit that their designs didn't align with me at the time, so a collaboration really never came into fruition. Jack Mason for many years was more of a fashion brand, and their core demographic was, well, normal people. However, Peter and his team were about to unleash a product that would change the trajectory of the company and has quickly put the Jack Mason brand into collectors' conversations and back on my radar. With a vision of becoming a legacy brand in their home state of Texas, the strat-o-timer is assembled and the movement regulated here in the US. The strat-o-timer GMT celebrates one of the most iconic watches in history, the Rolex GMT. Aside from its good looks, it houses the highly anticipated Miyota 9075 automatic GMT movement. The strat-o-timer marks the beginning of a new era of GMTs that feature a jumping local hour hand. The watch is impressive from the minute you get the packaging. I review a lot of watches and it's very rare when packaging, out of all things, is well thought out. There's real attention to detail to every little aspect of the packaging experience. This watch costs $999, and although it's on the higher end of things for the microbrand space, it's worth the money. Let's jump into the specs of this watch. The entire case and bracelet are constructed of 316L stainless steel. The case measures in at 40mm, is 47mm from lug to lug. It's 13mm thick and only 11.25mm when you exclude the crystal. In between the lugs is 20mm. The watch has 200 meters of water resistance, a signed screw down crown, and a double dome box sapphire crystal. The 48 click bidirectional bezel has BGW9 lume on it, and it's made of sapphire. Features 24-hour markings to help track a third time zone. The action on it is pretty good and easy to grip. An interesting thing to note is that this model is offered in different colorways, and this Dark Knight model, in case you haven't noticed, pays homage to the colors found on the Rolex GMT Batman, and I'm a fan. The case really reminds me of a SoCal Willard, and thanks to the proportions, the watch is extremely comfortable and wearable on my 6 and 7/8 inch wrists. The case has a mixture of polishing and brushing, and the machining has been executed very well. The dial is extremely legible thanks to those big bold indices. We find a date window at the 3 o'clock and some writing on the dial, such as the logo, name of the watch, the word automatic GMT, and the water resistance. I really like the dial, but the 3 lines of text at the bottom make it look a little busy in my opinion. However, the busyness is balanced by the simple polished hands, lollipop seconds hand, and the GMT hand that matches the color of the bezel. To increase low light legibility, the company opted for Swiss Superluminova, has been added along the bezel, the dial, the hands, and the watch has plenty of grade A BGW9. Jack Mason did not cheapen out. Just for reference, here it is next to my SoCal SPB143. It definitely gives the SoCal a run for its money. This watch comes with a complimentary Tropic rubber strap. They don't say if it's FKM, but man, it's super comfortable. It comes with a quick release system, a sign buckle, and it features a little raised security end that fits into one of the keepers to prevent it from, flopping around. This watch, as mentioned previously, is $999, but that's the price for the watch when you buy it on a Jubilee or Oyster style bracelet. However, for $899, you can choose a leather or rubber strap. Guys, honestly, pay the extra $100 for the bracelet, it's totally worth it. The 7-row 316L stainless steel bracelet, aka the Jubilee bracelet, is engineered very well, and it measures 20mm and tapers down to 16mm at the middle clasp. The micro adjust sign buckle makes this bracelet very comfortable, and seriously, more watch companies need to implement this in their watches. It's also refreshing that the company opted for a quick release system on both the rubber strap and this bracelet. Strap changes are super easy. When you turn the watch over, you're greeted with a sapphire display case back. Through the display case back, we find the heart of this watch, a Miyota 9075 caliber. The self-winding movement has a 42-hour power reserve, 24 joules, and it beats at 28,800 beats per hour. Its functions include a GMT with jumping local hour, which is functionally identical to a Rolex GMT Master 2 and is generally only reserved for watches in the higher price tier. Every strat-o-timer GMT has been regulated to an accuracy of -+5 seconds a day, Without regulation, this movement's stock accuracy is plus 30 minus 10 seconds per day. That's remarkable and speaks volumes about how much care goes into this watch. The overall watch, including the packaging, stands out from the competition. I have to say that I knew this watch was good looking, but I wasn't expecting it to be this good in hand. If I had to give some constructive criticism, it will be this, and it's pretty minor and it's my personal opinion. Number 1, reduce the font on the dial. Number 2, make the color wheel match the dial. Instead of pins to size the bracelet, I would like to see screws. And for the price, I would like to see some nice chamfers on the case. As you can see, these are minor adjustments. I overall recommend anyone check these out. If you have the opportunity to do so, you won't be disappointed. Up next, I'll see if I can check out their Hydro Timer dive watch. It shares the same case design, a regulated Miyota movement, and is less expensive than this GMT, so it may appeal to a broader audience. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this watch and this review. Until next time, be safe out there and stay humble.